Hello and welcome to the 113th edition of Quotes, Quibble and Question, your weekly leadership development fix from me, Matt the Coaching Guy. This week we're going to focus on don't regret not taking action on poor performance quicker. Poor performance and unhelpful behaviour rarely arrive suddenly. They start quietly, a missed deadline, a dip in engagement, a pattern of friction with colleagues, and leaders often with the best of intention hope it resolves itself. But silence has a cost. When we don't act, we create regret. When it happens again, we tell ourselves it's too late. Just know that your avoidance of a conversation is a green light to carry on. Meanwhile, the wider team watches. They feel the burden of compensating. Trust erodes not just in the struggling employee, but in the leader who allows poor behaviours to continue unchecked. Early intervention doesn't break trust, it builds it. It says, I care enough to be honest with you, setting a precedent for future supportive feedback. It reflects a belief that people deserve clarity, support, and the chance to find behaviours, environments, and a role in which they can thrive. By not giving the employee the chance to change, you are doing them a disservice. Managing performance at its core is not about criticism. It's about care, clarity and courage, creating foundational behaviours that serve both the employee and the business. And having spent 30 years in corporate and the last 3 years coaching at all levels, performance management is the thing that most avoid, and they only use it when things become a problem. It should be an always on. Consistency is key, and it should be fair and equal for everyone. So your quotes for this week are, the standards you walk past is the standards you accept, David Morrison. Clear is kind, unclear is unkind, Brené Brown. The way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives, Tony Robbins. The magic you are looking for can be found in the things you are avoiding, unknown. And so on to your quibble for this week, which is, I don't want to upset them or damage our relationship. What might happen if we follow this instinct? The individual continues to struggle without understanding why. The team become frustrated or disengaged. Resentment grows and it almost always is directed at the leader. A small issue evolves into a major performance challenge, and trust collapses because people sense the avoidance. So what actions support both the leader and the employee? Start early. A gentle, factual conversation at the first sign of concerns prevents escalation. Be specific. Describe behaviours and impact, not character. Ask, don't assume. What's getting in your way unlocks important context. Offer support, training, shadowing, coaching, clarity, whatever's needed. Set short, clear expectations and follow up. Reliability builds psychological safety. Document and reflect, not for punishment, but to track patterns and progress. And stay compassionate but firm. Care without clarity is not care at all. And the consequence of not taking any action, when leaders delay difficult conversations, performance issues become performance problems. Behaviours solidify into habits. High performers quietly disengage and may eventually leave. Team culture absorbs the wrong message. Effort doesn't matter and accountability is optional. Leaders experience guilt, frustration and reputational damage, and employees ultimately harmed the most through delayed feedback, fewer opportunities to course correct, and a longer road back to confidence. Inaction feels kind in the moment, but it's one of the most unkind forms of leadership there is. So your question for this week is, what conversations are you avoiding that today, if you had it with an honesty and care, could change someone's future for the better? Thanks for listening to the newsletter this week. If you have any subjects you'd like to hear more about, do drop me an email at matt@thecoachingguy.co.uk. And if you're thinking about stepping into coaching and want to rise, lead boldly and live fulfilled with coaching that changes more than just your career, drop me a DM and let's start a conversation and see how we can work together. Have a great week. Bye for now.